What's going on? Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. Welcome to Feedback Fridays, Real Estate Investing Made Easy. We're going to get into some questions, and it's going to be a shorter time today, this morning. It is 11 o'clock where I am, but 10 a.m. Pacific. And yes, I have drywall dust on me. I had to do a little bit of repair around the house because, we needed it done. But no big deal. I'm here and excited. I can see that we got a couple of you guys popping on. Thank you so much. Again, questions live as well. So anything that you wanted to ask live, we're going to be going over to, and we're going to keep it tight because I have a hard stop in about 30 minutes. But in the meantime, send those questions in live and we'll get them answered, as well as review some of the questions that came in over the last week. Sometimes we go a little bit further than that because some things bear repeating. I'm getting into the questions now right here, comments that have been asked over the last week. So the first one that's up is we had a video where we talked about SMS marketing, and we said we have some templates that you can just click and download. They're yours. And things have changed since the new regulations have come into place. If you guys have been following us for a while, we've talked about the 10DLC changes. We've also talked about Launch Control as an SMS platform. And for the last 5 years, we've used Launch Control. We're transitioning now over to Smarter Contact, and there are a lot of reasons why. But one of the reasons is just because of the availability in communication to understand what's coming so that we can prepare for it as real estate investors. And nothing is more of a kick in the pants to our marketing campaign than everything changing, and which is another reason why I would recommend for you guys to never put all your eggs in one basket when it comes to marketing. If you need to begin with, because of budgetary purposes, I understand that. And I have some recommendations for what I would suggest you do. In fact, I just got off a call with one of our clients that had asked the question, hey, if you had to start all over again, what would you do? And what marketings would you do? What markets would you go to? What marketing would you do? And we had that discussion, which I can certainly touch on right now. But that is all based off of what I was saying before. We have this question that came in from Albert Martinez, realtor. He said, where are those Kickstart templates? I'll share them with you because we will be updating them, and that is to be more compliant right now. The truth is, with SMS marketing, there have been so many changes that even these templates that he's talking about, as I will share with you, that is based off of this video about Launch Control. Even those templates have become sort of obsolete because carrier restrictions will prohibit people from sending those. They'll get flagged. Namely, Launch Control has stopped. And in fact, they deleted like 50 of our templates that were in our platform, and we didn't even know it. So this is obviously produced well. We went through a lot of effort, energy, time to bring this type of training to you, which is the same way that we've been using Launch Control. And the nature of his question is, where do we get the templates? Well, Launch Control SMS templates right here. We will be, again, updating these templates. But once you go here, many of this is still going to apply. You would just put your information in there, and then what happens is an email will come to you. Templates will be to you shortly, and just check an email from team@reime.us. And I'll share with you what they look like here so that you'll know exactly that you're in the right place. So it'll ask you to make a copy of it, and it looks like this, the Kickstart templates. There's a lot of information here that's helpful. And we're going to be, this was the Gen 1, right? Where all of your negative keywords were here, the original templates, and what you should be discussing with them. What you should be doing now instead is using these as second templates. That is, when you're in a conversation that's not any longer monitored by your initial outreach, TCPA compliant, and there's a consenting conversation taking place, then you can eliminate character counts so that you're not spending extra depending on what platform you're using. Remember, because we're not saying Launch Control is the end all be all anymore. We're saying what we really like is Smarter Contact, and you pay per message, which is, equates to the same amount of money in terms of like the result that you get. Because we're not focused necessarily as much on the cost per lead anymore as we are the ROI. We've always been focused on the ROI, as you should be too. Because if a lead costs $500 to get, but it makes us $20,000, as opposed to we got $15 cost per lead and we have 100 leads, and then one of them becomes a deal, guess which one I'd rather just start with right out of the gate? The $500 one, right? So we're doing inbound PPC leads. We're also doing outbound for SMS marketing still on several different platforms, including Launch Control. And these templates will still work as secondary templates, right? So the two-stage templates, they wouldn't allow you to say house or home or place or property address like that anymore. Now, what they're asking you to do is basically take the template and make it something along the lines of, hey, how do you enjoy living in insert city name here? I guess that's not terrible. But of course, they'll respond with like, who is this, right? Or like, maybe I like it, who is this? And then you can respond, hey, considering staying there because I'm looking to potentially invest there or something like that. And then like, do you own the house on 123 Main Street? At that point, when you start having that conversation and it's a two-way thing, the carrier restrictions are removed in terms of, because I'm not going to text my mom and then it get flagged because I said, hey, mom, I'm at home. Like, I'm looking as my job as a real estate investor for properties for sale. Those keywords, like, they're not negative keywords to the carriers once you've already established like a conversation. So all that is to say that same process I shared with you just now to get these templates, it's going to be the same. In addition to that, there's also quick replies, which are still very relevant, that you can still utilize, and they're there for, up for grabs if that's what you want. And the drip campaigns. Now, there are changes to drip campaigns as well, especially if you're looking into Launch Control. But again, I would recommend Smarter Contact. And then if you want to check it out, click the link in the description below. It supports the channel because it's an affiliate link. But check it out and you can still get those templates and they'll be of some use. We can also schedule a one-on-one. I mean, I just went over some of this stuff with the same client I had spoken to about, he asked me the question, what would you do if you just got started? So that's something we can do as well. Just let me know if you need a hand, we'll talk. Now, as far as the next question goes, looking here, it looks like we have some questions coming in. I'm going to get to that, okay, your live questions, but I also wanted to touch on a couple other ones, and that is, do you use Property Radar when you pull lists? And that is coming off of a really important video that if you are outbound marketing in any capacity, whether it's email marketing, cold calling, text message marketing, we waste a lot of money when we just pull the same list over and over again. And the same type of list, but we don't do it in a way where we're tracking our data, we're stacking it, we're making sure we're not paying to skip trace duplicate records. And this is a video that we put together a while ago called Real Estate Investing Fail Data Management and PropWire Review. I threw PropWire in there because, I realized that it's a little more dangerous you could potentially waste more money if you're getting free data. You can get 250,000 records using PropWire, which is cool. It's a cool platform to use. But why would I say you might waste money? Well, that's because at some point you're still going to need to skip trace those property records. So even if you're getting the data for free, if you're just like, I don't have to pay for this data, so I might as well just pull these lists, and you're not strict about the way you do that, then you're likely going to run into pulling the duplicate records that you've skip traced before, paying for those same exact records. And we had, on average, with a lot of the clients that we were working with, seen that people were wasting more than a couple hundred, but more like thousands of dollars quarter over quarter by skip tracing duplicate records. So this video shares how to not do that. So the question is, do you use property data when you pull lists? Oh, I read radar, but that's still a good question. So do you use the property data? Well, yeah, we do, right? We do use the property data. And what this person is talking about is likely, when you pull a list, you'll get just this row of information like the bedroom, bathroom count, stuff like that. It's all relative. It lets us know what's on property, the public record, right? So if we're looking at the public record and we pull a list that's supposed to be like 2 bedrooms, 1 bath. And our strategy is to make it also under 1,000 square feet, but over 800. And this is perfect for, if you know San Diego, California, there's a place called North Park and that kind of area where homes are great opportunities in that area that are smaller to add a bathroom and add some value, right? And possibly even add a bedroom and a bathroom. If you don't live there and you think, wow, it's a really small house, the market supports that there, right? So sometimes we'll pull those records and we'll use that property data just to make sure that we're getting properties that are 1 bedroom, 1 bath, or 2 bedroom, 1 bath, to add either another bedroom or another bathroom. So that in that capacity, we'll use it just to make sure that we're pulling the right data. But Rich, to answer your question more specifically, I don't ever pour through that because I wait until we get a response and somebody's interested, and then we'll just look at public record, whether it's the MLS, whether we're using Privy to analyze it, and it depends on what market we're in, or whether we're using like just a quick cursory look on Redfin, Trulia, or Zillow, just to see what that site says the public records reflect, as opposed to going back to the list that we pulled to market to. So I hope that was a good answer to your question. In fact, what I'm going to do, as I always do, is I'm going to let you know that I'm answering your question live. So give me just a sec there so that you can pop on here and check this video out. So we're going to get to a couple more questions here as well, and the ones that are coming in live right now. Just stand by real quick and let me send this over to you. Copy. And if you need any further clarification on that, let me know. Okay. What is a good wholesalers friendly title company? That was another question that was asked twice. So I need a little more clarity on that question, because what is a wholesaler friendly title company? It should be just a title company who doesn't think investors are scumbags. I mean, really. We have one in San Diego. I think they also operate a little bit further north in Orange County, Alliance Escrow. Okay, and the title company we use is Advantage Title. We also use a lot more though, so you just have to ask them like a rep when you call them. Say like, hey, are you guys good working with investors? Not specific to wholesaling. So when you ask that question and you're interviewing title companies or escrow companies or attorneys, whatever in your state is used to close, because it's all confusing across the board. They close with different. Sometimes title handles closing and escrow and all that stuff. Sometimes attorneys handle both. So just ask them, are you investor friendly? Like, do you ever work with real estate investors who are like flipping properties or other types of strategies? And then listen to what they say. The best way to find a investor friendly title company, escrow company, or attorney is to network with other investors in whatever area that you're looking, and then call them up and say, like, yeah, I'm curious, what title company do you use, right? If they're doing transactions at a high level. Now, one way to know whether or not they are, before you even contact them, is actually using Privy, downloading a list of, cash buyers, and you can use Privy for this platform. We did it recently where we used Privy from the start to the finish in a brand new market where we found the opportunity. We got the property under contract, and we found a buyer only using Privy. And I think we actually asked them what title company they want to use. So they were buying it from us wholesale. So we used whatever title company they wanted to. So it was a good way to do that. And I will, again, share with you the link to this. You, Rashik, appreciate your question. And as I said, I got about 15 more minutes. It's going to be a little bit of a shorter Feedback Friday. So Smarter Contact is voice to text. Yeah, we're testing that right now, Smarter Contact, which was a cool feature that you know how you can send a voice message over text. You just kind of hold it. If you have an iPhone, I guess. I used to have an Android. But you can just hold it down and say like, yeah, I'm on my way, blah, blah, blah. That is a function that is available either right now or very soon in Smarter Contact, which is another reason why we really like Smarter Contact. So I would definitely look out for that. So we just started using Privy. We're not really that familiar with it or how to maximize it. The question, is there a way in Privy to consolidate all the agents' names and contact details in a certain area without going through the properties one by one? Thank you in advance. Yeah, we share a little bit about that in our on-market offer system, which is a playlist. We organized it into a playlist here on YouTube. So what I can do is share that linked in the description where that is. And there's just a series of videos. They're pretty to the point. So you can check that out. And of course, I will let you know that I'm answering your question live. And there you go. All right. So if you do have questions live right now, ask them. But I will get into, if you don't, what I was mentioning before when I talked to a client I was just on the phone with. If I had to start all over again, what would I do? Well, we kind of did this actually as an experiment. So we started with the basics, right? We need to get in front of sellers who are trying to sell their property, or we're asking, maybe we seeded that and then they're interested. Text message marketing isn't completely dead. And I'm open to have my mind changed about that. My business partner, Chris, is really kind of feeling like it will be, but we opened up Smarter Contact, a brand new account in Smarter Contact. We're starting from ground zero, and then we're getting foreclosure leads, and, skip tracing them and stuff, and we're loading them up in there in text message marketing as well as tax liens. So that's what we're going after. But again, I mentioned, do not put all of your eggs in one basket. So there's another one. What we like to do also is use Privy for on-market opportunities. Because answer this question, you're going to answer it. You're going to know it right away. Because this is something that would be obvious to you if you're even remotely interested in real estate. Where can you find people who have already raised their hand to sell their property and are actually looking to sell? You said Zillow. I agree with that. You said, the MLS. Sure, right? As far as publicly available information, it's syndicated. So that's true. So one thing that's really cool is we have this platform we're using called Creative REI Reply, which I'll leave a link in the description. You use it because you'll be convinced. It supports the channel, and you get a free 30 days of AI, and that is AI SMS marketing, which we're using for that purpose. And it gives you the ability to hands off, do nothing except for pick up the phone and call on a scheduled appointment for somebody who wants to sell their house. And it skip traces all of the off-market data that was previously listed. So all the expired listings and all of the for sale by owners. So there's that one, and then there's Privy for all of the on-market opportunities. And then for the off-market opportunities, we're using Smarter Contact. So that's kind of the trifecta. And that's what we're going for. And it's starting to work out. So we'll show you, properties. You have any questions about our active transactions or anything like that, let us know. We also love working with people who are trying to get a deal across the finish line. We'll help, just kind of get your deal closed or help dispo a deal that you have a little challenge with. As long as it's a deal, we're going to, we have Investor Lift, which isn't a silver bullet, but that's something that we use at a high level for cartel mode. So let us know, drop in the comments if you're struggling with something. We'd love to help you out and tell you more about what that looks like. You can actually just connect with us. There is a free marketing strategy. So just click the link. Let's talk one-on-one. If you want to talk one-on-one, we'll just help you out wherever you need. That's it for us, guys. You have a fantastic weekend, and stick with us here together where we will make real estate investing easy.